Hi, welcome to my second ever video, and as you can probably tell when you clicked in, for this video I'll be going through my bingo card predictions for 2026, which is like 3 races late, I know, but I'll be going through every single box of my bingo card and explaining each one and seeing if they happened in the first 3 races of the season. Okay, let's start. I put the bingo card there for like 5 seconds. Okay, so as you can tell from my bingo card, my first prediction is a Ferrari 1-2. I don't know if I'm pointing to the correct place because I have to do the editing later, but so from Bahrain testing, they were really good. And then from the first 3 races, they podiumed 2 out of 3 times, I think. So I think that's really good. And also Lewis Hamilton got their first podium. So I really think that they have a chance of making an epic comeback after what happened last year, which is Ferrari delusion. But it's okay. I have faith in Ferrari and I have faith in their team, and I have faith in Lewis and Charles, and yeah, okay. I really, really hope that they get the 1-2. Okay, next, home race win. So I think we had Australia, China, and Japan. So the only home race win that could have happened was Oscar, but that obviously did not happen. We all know what happened. So that definitely did not come true. But a home race win is always the most emotional thing that can happen for a driver. So yeah, I think it would be amazing to see a home race win this year, especially maybe for Lewis Hamilton and Silverstone or any other of the British drivers. I think that would be really, really cool. Okay, next, I have Isaac outscoring Max on pure race pace alone. I don't think this happened because I think Max has outdone Isaac for both races that he was in, and then Max DNF'd on one. So I don't think that happened yet. And okay, for the 4th grid, I have a driver retirement from F1. Of course that has not happened yet, otherwise I'll be over my mind. I mean, I'll be blown away from the news, but that luckily has not happened yet. But I really genuinely think, I had someone ask me in the comments from my first video about what I think about Max Verstappen's retirement, and I genuinely think that if the regulation changes do not go the way that he please, he will be retiring. He will probably be switching over to WEC or his GT3 team, focusing on that more rather than F1, because he takes he finds joy in racing in those series too. So F1 is not his whole world like maybe some other drivers are. So I feel there's actually quite a big chance that he might retire this year. 2 other drivers, of course, are of Fernando Alonso and Lewis Hamilton. And I'm not sure when their contracts are expiring, but I feel Fernando, I remember him saying last year, I can't remember if I'm correct or not, that if his car is bad this year, which we of course know it is, he will be staying 1 more year to end on a good note. So I don't know if Aston Martin being bad this year is a good thing or not, but I really hope that he stays. And then for Lewis Hamilton, I don't know, I feel he might be dropping this year or retiring this year or next year, especially if Ferrari want to switch over to Ollie Behrman. But I don't know if he'll be retiring this early, but yeah, this is just my prediction is there might be a driver's retirement from F1. Okay, next. Less than 15 finish the race. So in Australia there was 16 finishers, and China there was 15. So this almost came true, but it didn't. And my logic for this is that because of the new regulations, especially for Cadillac and Aston Martin, they're not finishing every race consistently. But of course I made this before the season started, so I thought that Aston Martin would be fine, but that obviously didn't happen. But anyway, so especially in races Mexico or Baku, there will be quite a few, maybe one or quite a few crashes, I think, and especially with these not really stable cars that are not very consistent, and for every race, especially the Aston Martin, which is has the vibrations and stuff. So I feel there might be a race with less than 15 finishers. Okay, so from P11 or lower to the podium, that definitely has not happened yet, but we all seen what Max Verstappen can achieve in Mexico. Is it Mexico? I kind of forgot. The rain lap from 2 years ago, and then what happened last year when he got from P17, I think, to P3, which is the coolest thing ever. And I don't know if he can pull it off again, but I believe that someone definitely can. It might be a Mercedes driver if they qualify really bad and somehow pull themselves up, but this hasn't happened yet. So moving on, a teammate collision. Okay, so like my rationale for this is, since Mercedes is such a dominant team this year, I don't know, we might see some teammate collisions, maybe between George and Kimi, especially if they're in P1, P2, which I feel like they might be most of this season. Or maybe even like papaya rules, but I don't really think that will happen because of where McLaren is on the grid right now. But who knows? I mean, a teammate's crashing would be like really devastating, but at the same time, it'll be kind of fun to see. So like the teammate dynamics, we haven't had that for a long time. Like some actual heated rivalry, you know. Okay, my next prediction is that wets will finally be put on. I remember last year in one of the races, I forgot which one, they postponed the race for I don't know how long, because they didn't want to put on the wets and they didn't want to go racing in the rain, which is like kind of defeats the whole purpose of having wet tires in the first place. And because these wet tires are supposed to be used for racing in the rain, so if you're not going to use them, I genuinely don't know what you're going to do with them in your garage. However, wet tires have not been put on yet, and we have not had a rain race yet, which is kind of sad. I'm like really sad, kind of, but it's okay. I'm pretty sure they'll be put on sooner or later, maybe for qualifying, or maybe for free practice, or maybe it's been put on for free practice already and I'm not aware. But yeah, anyways, Kimi's first win. Okay, finally something we can check off. Kimi has had his first win in China, and he's also had his second win in Japan, which is like really, really, really cool. Oh my god, remember in China they call him like Kimi Räikkönen, and it was so funny. Okay, I'm so proud of Kimi. He's so cool, bro. I really, really, really hope that he wins his like home race in Italy. Okay, next. I don't know if that's a more than or less than. I think I drew the sign wrongly. Okay, more than 5 race winners this year. So we've currently only had the 2 Mercedes drivers as race winners, but I think that if the year goes well, we might have the 2 Ferrari drivers and maybe 2 like unexpected drivers. Maybe McLaren, because they're having the car fix up. I don't know, like they've been qualified for to like improve their car, I think, and Mercedes hasn't. Like all the other teams except for Mercedes have. So I really think that Ferrari will definitely have the fighting chance against Mercedes, especially if they like make some really, really, really amazing improvements to their car over this couple of weeks. And you can kind of tell that I'm going mad because the next race isn't in like 2 weeks and I haven't seen racing for like forever. But it's okay. I think there's a MotoGP race next week. I'm gonna watch that. Okay, next prediction. A non-top 4 team on the podium. So from top 4 team, I'm just gonna count the top 4 teams last year. So those were, of course, Red Bull, McLaren, Ferrari, and Mercedes. So that hasn't happened yet. But of course, we know that last year, Williams did make it onto the podium twice. And Kick Sauber, of course, made it onto the podium once. So that was really, really, really cool. And so I think that a team like maybe Haas definitely might have a chance to get on the podium this year. Especially with such a good driver like Ollie. And a not bad driver like Esteban Ocon. I really think that they have a chance of making it onto the podium, especially with like where I see their car to be now. It's actually quite good. Like it's much better than the Red Bull. Even the Alpine is better than the Red Bull. So I think the Alpine or Haas might genuinely have a chance to be on the podium this year, and that would be amazing for them and amazing for me to see, I guess. Okay, a reserve driver step in. Actually, I'm not sure if we had that last year, but I don't think we did. Like, and by step in, I mean like you step in for the race weekend, like for the whole race weekend. So you do qualifying for them, you do the race for them. And I think that would be really interesting to see, especially if it's like a rookie driver. Actually, I don't know any of their replacement drivers right now. I know Joe is replacing is a reserve for Cadillac. I don't know if Frederick Vesti is still reserved for Mercedes, and is Luke Browning reserved for Williams, but I'm not really sure. But I think it'll be amazing to see any one of these drivers on the track and like having the chance to show their worth to prove themselves as a reserve driver, and maybe get a seat next year, especially with like all the messy stuff happening. Oh yeah, and Yuki Tsunoda, he's reserved for Red Bull and Racing Bulls, of course. So I think that they might have a chance, especially if one of the drivers like fall ill or something like that. I don't know what happens to them, but like, yeah, they might have a chance. Okay, next, a new WDC. This is kind of like a free space because I really feel like this will happen. Like so I think the WDC will definitely be going to Mercedes this year, and the WCC as well. One of the Mercedes drivers will get it, and either that or Ferrari. But the thing is, right, it's definitely going to be Mercedes. It's going to be either George or Kimi, and both of them have not won the WDC before. So like this is obviously like a free space, and if this doesn't come true and Lewis Hamilton gets his 8th, I will be crying tears of joy, and I wouldn't give a shit that I lost this, because that would be like genuinely the most epic, most amazing comeback or whatever in the history of the world. Except for maybe like whatever happened to Marc Marquez last year. I wasn't really sure. I didn't follow MotoGP last year and I don't really understand it now. But like genuinely, if Lewis Hamilton wins his 8th with Ferrari, I will be crying for the whole summer break. Not summer break, winter break. Okay, next. I have written down a red flag during the race. I don't think last year we saw any red flags during the race. I know there were 6 in Baku qualifying, but those are definitely not during the race. And there hasn't really been any cause for a red flag during the race, and I really hope that there isn't. But to have a red flag during the race and for them to go back into the pits and do whatever and have the break before they come out, it might be kind of interesting to see. So I just put that down. Okay, next we have a Grand Slam. Okay, I kind of forgot what Grand Slam was. I think it's pole position, fastest lap, race win, and led all the laps in the race. I'm not sure. I think Kimi has had a hat trick or whatever it's called. He like got pole, he got the race win, and something else happened. I also don't know, but I don't really know what's a Grand Slam. I kind of forgot. I'm so sorry. Don't kill me. But I think Oscar got Grand Slam last year, so I think that will happen again this year. Like not Oscar, probably another driver, but yeah, something like that. Okay, next we have first race win, which again is one more check, and it's also for the exact same thing, which is Kimi winning his race in China, winning his race in Japan, which is obviously amazing. The reason why I put in 2 is cause I think there might be another driver who might win a race this year for the first time. I don't know if that will happen. I feel like it will. If it does happen, it will definitely be from a rookie. Might be like a generational run. Like I don't know, like something wild happens and like 20 people crash on the train and Ollie Behrman gets his first win, which is like the most unrealistic thing ever, but it would be amazing to see. So like I don't know, I just put it there for fun, I guess. But of course, I knew that Kimi was gonna get his first race win this year. I didn't know if another driver would be able to do that too, like get their maiden win, but I just put it down for fun. Okay, next I put Abu Dhabi race decider. Oh, also like I saw the news, I don't know if it's true or not, but they're moving Saudi Arabia to the week before Abu Dhabi, and they're moving Abu Dhabi back a week. So there'll be Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and then Abu Dhabi. And if that happens, like I don't really know how to feel about it, but like at least we'll have 23 races instead of 22. So I guess it's a good thing. Okay, so I put Abu Dhabi race decider. I feel like this year it might come kind of close, especially since, of course I made this before, but especially since we've seen what Kimi can do over the last year, especially in the last half of the year, and especially in the first 3 races of this year, he was phenomenal. So I genuinely think that George and Kimi might like really have a battle, have a go at each other. And the race decider might come down to Abu Dhabi, or at least one of the few races. I put down Abu Dhabi. If it comes down to Abu Dhabi, I'll be really, really happy. I might host a watch party. It'd be so cool. Okay, I have down Cadillac first points. That unfortunately has not happened yet. It has not happened yet, but it's always amazing for a team to score their first points in F1. Audi have already done that, but Cadillac haven't yet. But I feel like Cadillac, they're just like, they're completely brand new. Audi bought Kick Sauber, so it's probably easier for them because they already have a team around them, but Cadillac was starting from complete scratch. So I think it makes sense that Cadillac does not have their first race points points right now, but they have two phenomenal, maybe number two, phenomenal drivers, and I genuinely think that they will be getting their first points this year. Maybe like some kind of miracle will happen. We'll see. We have iconic / singing on the radio. I don't think that has not happened yet. I can't think of any iconic. Must be the water radios as of now, but it will be really amazing to hear some singing on the radio. It's always fun. Oh, like the most iconic thing, the most iconic thing I've seen or heard this first 3 races was definitely the Toto Wolff wink, and also like Toto Wolff saying he's still our driver when he saw the 3 Lewis Hamilton, George Russell, and Kimi Antonelli. He was like, oh, it's it's 3 of our drivers, and he was like, oh, Lewis Hamilton is still our driver. That was like genuinely so sweet, and it was like amazing to see. Okay, next I have 10+ second pit stop. I'm not sure if that happened last year, but I know that McLaren definitely had some screw-ups in terms of pit stops. I'm not sure about any of the other teams, but McLaren definitely did. But I don't know if it was over 10 seconds though. And of course 10 seconds is not considering like whatever time penalty that they have. It's just pure pit stop disaster. And on to the last row, I have unexpected Q1 exit, applying to the top 4 2025 teams, which of course is again McLaren, Red Bull, Mercedes and Ferrari. So I think in Australia, Max Verstappen did not do qualifying. I wasn't sure, I can't really remember as of now what happened, but I kind of vaguely remember that he didn't do qualifying. Or maybe I'm wrong, please correct me on that. And but I don't think there has been any unexpected Q1 exits. It's mostly been Cadillac, Aston Martin and Williams, which is actually really sad. And okay, I think that Red Bull will make a couple of Q1 exits this year. I don't know if they'll make 3, but I think they'll make a couple. Okay, Ollie on the podium. Oh my god, that is like the number one thing I could dream of, which is Ollie getting his first podium. He came really, really, really close in Mexico last year. He got P4, right? Yeah, that was amazing. And I genuinely think that because Haas is actually doing quite well this year, and I mean, maybe not Haas, but Ollie has been doing amazingly this year. He scored every single point for Haas, 17, I think. He's in front of Max Verstappen. I think in the driver standings, he's basically like an absolute beast. He's doing amazing. I think this will be the year where he gets his first podium, and I think it will be like simply lovely, you know. I think we all want to see that. I don't think there's any Ollie Behrman haters out there. Okay, oh my god, it's so funny. In the middle, I put animal on track because I was genuinely running out of ideas. I remember there was like a Komodo lizard or something on track once or twice. And Max's engineer on GP was saying like that's Godzilla. I don't know if it's GP or not, but okay. Okay, second last one. All 22 drivers finished the race. That has not happened yet. I don't know if that is going to happen, especially with the problems going on and Aston Martin and Cadillac right now, especially with the vibrations in Aston Martin that's happening right now. And I don't know if Aston Martin is going to deem it like safe for both of their drivers to finish the race. Like, yeah, so I don't know if 22 drivers is going to happen. I really hope that with this period of time where they can improve in their car, they're able to fix that whatever vibrations they're having and find some way to solve it. And of course, last but not least, a disqualification after the race. So of course we all remember what happened in Las Vegas last year. We remember what happened in China last year. So in China, Pierre, Lewis and Charles all got disqualified after the race, and in Las Vegas, Lando and Oscar both got disqualified after being on the podium. I think at least one of them was on the podium. I can't remember if both of them were, but at least one of them were on the podium, and they got disqualified, which was not great, which for like the plank wear, I think, if not wrong, and that really, really spiced the championship back up. So it might happen again this year, it might not. It's just a wild prediction. Okay, and if you have any predictions, you drop in the comments below. And I just want to say one last thing, which is like, like there's so many drivers contracts expiring this year, so I genuinely think that it's gonna be like complete silly season in either the summer break or the winter break. And yeah, that'll be like it will be really interesting to see. Yeah, like the driver swaps, there haven't been a big major driver swap in like a really long time. The last, of course, major one was Lewis Hamilton to Ferrari, which was like insane. So the only thing I can think of that can maybe match that is Max Verstappen, of course, moving. But I don't think that's gonna happen because GP is gonna be on the team for a couple more years, and I think that there would definitely be a few big driver swaps, maybe from Carlos Sainz at the end of this year, especially with like I think 15 driver contracts expiring, and I think that will be amazing and really really interesting to see. And if you want me to do a video about like, I really wanted to do a video on the 2030 race grid and what I think that would be. And if you want me to do that, yeah, just tell me down below, and also drop your predictions for this season down below. And okay, bye bye. Love you.